Good afternoon, our student in the house. We have a question that we want to solve here, and this question is under genetics. And genetics, as you know, that genetics is not a kind of topics in biology that we must overlook. So when we talk about genetics, genetics means a branch of biology that deals with the study of heredity and variation. So when you talk about heredity now, heredity simply means the transmission of genetic materials, trait characters from the parent to the offsprings. So that is the meaning of heredity. Then when you talk about the variation, now, the variation aspect talks about the differences or the changes that takes place within living organisms. That is the meaning of variation. So the differences that takes place or the changes that takes place, which must be either morphological or physiological within living organisms. That is the meaning of variation. But this afternoon problem is basically emphasized on heredity. And we are given this kind of question. So some students normally find this kind of topic, questions so difficult. But let me assure you that these questions are going to be very easily done. So with this kind of principles. Now we are going to make use of the genetic testing to determine the results we are going to get here. Now let's take the question. The question is this: a heterozygous band-seeded pea plant is crossed with a homozygous recessive wrinkled seeded plant. What is the probability that their offspring will have round 6? Now, here we are given two categories of parents, right? The parental gene we have here, which makes up the allele, is the heterozygous round seeded pea plant. So when we talk about heterozygous, we refer to a character with different set of genes. That is the meaning of heterozygous character. A character with different set of genes. While that of homozygous means a character with the same set of genes. That is the homozygous with the same set of genes. That is homozygous. Now, in this sense, now we are going to make the gene to be R. So for the heterozygous, we are going to have that is the dominant R and the recessive R. So the dominant R we have here represent the round seed, while the recessive R represent the wrinkled seed. So the combination of this round seed and wrinkled seed makes what they call heterozygous character. Now, this one is heterozygous in nature because the character contains different set of genes, right? So then meiosis has to take place here. The meiosis has to take place then together with another parent. Now, the other parent we have here is the homozygous recessive wrinkled. So when I talk about homozygous, I've said it earlier on that homozygous simply means the character of the same set of genes. So which means, but we are given the condition here that it is recessive. So which means the recessive nature of this particular character is going to be the lowercase of this R, that is R another R. So this is the second parent now. This is the parent gene, the parental allele. So when you talk about an allele means an alternative form of a gene or a pair of contrasting genes which controls a particular character. That is the meaning of allele, a pair of genes. That's not allele. So let's look at it now. The parental gene is segregated to produce two sets of gametes from the first parent we have here. And we have the dominant R and the recessive R. For the second parental gene, of which is the allele, we have the recessive R and another recessive R. So look at the way I'm going to do the process now. These are the gametes. These are the gametes now. These are the gametes. Now look at the way I'm going to do the process now. The process is this. We're going to start from the dominant R we have here. We mark it what? With the recessive R from the second parent, which makes what? Dominant R, recessive R. Then on the same dominant R again, dominant R with the next recessive R, recessive, which means we are going to have dominant R and recessive R. So we have completed the whole crossing for one gene from the heterozygous parent. Now, going to the next gene, the second gene from this heterozygous parent, which is the lowercase r, which is the recessive r, we merge it again with the first gene from the second parental allele. We have the recessive, double recessive genes there. Then, on the same recessive r again, the recessive gene from the wrinkled gene, we are going to connect it with the last recessive gene we have there, which is equal to small r, small r. Now, this side is fertilization. this side is the offspring. So the question is now, what is the probability that they are offspring? We have rank seed. So how many rank seed we have among the offspring? This is rank seed, this is another rank seed. So which means you are going to have, that becomes, probability now becomes, that is 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2. So that is the probability. So the probability is equal to 1 over 2. So which means half of the whole 4 organisms we have rank 6, and that is 50%. So considering each offspring here as 25%, if this is 25%, 25%, 25%, and 25%. So which means there are 25 plus 25 give us 50% here. So which means we have only 2 rank 6 here, which is what? 50%. So the answer is option D, 50%. Thank you very much.